Hello everyone, Peppy Richard here. Thanks for joining me. Hey, today I'm getting ready to get some of these honey supers off here so I can extract some honey the next few days. So what I'm going to do here, I have to get the bees out of the honey supers. So I thought what I'd do is use some of these bee escapes. Probably a lot of you already know what a bee escape is, but for those of you who might not know, it's just a frame here like this with a triangle and some screen over it. This triangle shape goes down below the honey supers. Then the bees can work their way out and get back out of the hive, but then they can't figure out how to get back in through here to get back into the honey supers. So it takes about 24 to 48 hours. That'll get rid of pretty much all of the bees from the honey supers, and then I'll be able to go ahead and pull those off and take them into the harvesting room and spin the honey out. So the other thing I think I'm going to do also, I have 6 colonies here in this yard that I'm going to be able to take honey from this year. So 4 of them are really, really populated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an empty honey super just below my bee escape. That way, once the bees come down out of the main honey supers, they'll have a little bit more room there to hang out so they don't feel too crowded. 4 of my hives are really, really populated, so I'm going to do that on those 4. The other 2 are not populated so much, so I think I'll be okay with them. One of the other things I watched a video by Bob Binney, and he's, in order to get the best use out of his bee escapes, he'll take some honey supers off of different hives and just stack them on a single hive. He'll take 2 of the smaller colonies and he'll put both those supers on top on one hive. And then those bees that come out, they'll find their way back to their original hive. And if they don't, if you put them on a weaker colony, it may help fortify the weaker colony just a little bit. But I'll be doing that with my 2 weaker hives, I believe. So let's get started here. I'll get my protection on and we'll get started. So this first colony I'm going to do is one of the ones that I overwintered, one of 3 in this apiary that I overwintered. It's got 2 full supers here, so I'm going ahead and take those off. Hopefully I don't need any smoke today. We'll see how they are. The inner cover propolised down there pretty good. Yeah, this is pretty full up here. It looks like not all of it's capped. There's a few that aren't even drawn out yet, but that's okay. We'll take what we can. I'd like to leave them with a deep and a medium for the winter. So I know it's only, July 31st now, but we got to start thinking about winter already, making sure we're not taking too much of their honey for them so they have enough to get through. Set this aside. Yeah, and it looks like the ones down below here, boy, they're pretty. They're pretty much all capped out, so that's good. That'll be one good full super of honey here that we can take. And then I'm not even going to get into the one down below there. Like I said, I'm going to put an empty honey super on top of there. And then I'm going to take my bee escape. Remember, screen goes down on top. I'll put my honey supers back on here. And give me a pretty good stack, but that's all right. There you go. Put them on there. Inner cover back on. And that's really it. I'm going to continue doing that to all my hives up here. And then in a couple days, I will come back and I'll pull these top 2 off. They should be empty of bees, or at least most empty of bees. And then I will, I'll replace this empty super. There's no drawn comb in here. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just take the freshly extracted comb and I'll put that in this place instead, just to give them a better start of being able to get more nectar and honey put into the honey super here. It is going to be August tomorrow, so we got a minor dearth coming in before the goldenrod and things start to bloom. So I just want to make sure they have enough room once the goldenrod does start to bloom that they can fill in there, and maybe I'll get some fall honey too. We'll see. Not sure yet, but if we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. That's the way the bees go. So, all right. Well, I'm going to check back with you here in a couple days, and I'll show you how I take them off and get them down into the honey room to get them extracted. Well, hello again. Here we are through the magic of video editing. 2 days later, I'm going to check and see how well this bee escape did, getting the bees out of the honey supers here. So let's get started. All right, here we go. This top cover off. Hopefully the bees have all moved down out of my honey supers. One bee there on the cover. Sounds pretty quiet up here, so hopefully they move down. Look here. There's a couple in there, but a whole lot less than there was. So, yeah, see that? All right, so I set that one aside and take that to the honey house, get it extracted. Yep, these look good. Most of the bees are gone from there as well. We will get this one off. Move it over here as well. We'll keep it covered so we don't set off any robbing this time of year especially. Okay, so as you can see, I'll take off the bee escape here. They're all on the bottom there. They smell the honey up in the honey supers, trying to get up through there, but they can't figure out how to get up into this triangle here to get back up into the honey super. So that was a successful way for me to get the bees out of my honey super so I can get it harvested, and so that was great. And I really appreciate you watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up there and like the video, and hey, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. That way you'll be notified when I post new content. So as always, I'd like to thank you for joining Pappy Richard.